Okay, so we're doing a mold sample and actually air quality today. So opening up our kit, and we've got a tripod. My lovely assistant Todd is actually going to help me today. So in the kit, we've got these are air samples, and you've got swabs, and you've got the biotape. So all depends on what the client is looking for. Minimum of 3 samples. One sample is going to be inside with the air, these little cartridges here, and one sample will be outside. And then I would recommend, unless the client actually specifies, that you go into a air return and take a biotape or swab sample. Okay, so in the bottom of the case, we've got our air sampler. So we've got this handy dandy timer here. And so we plug it in here, and Todd, if you'll go ahead and plug that into an outlet. This can just sit on the floor. Doesn't need to go anywhere necessarily, but you also want to be close enough to the tripod where you can take this hose and plug it in. So the hose here, and then the hose will actually come up through here as well. And Todd, if you don't mind, 2 hands. So there we go. So that slides through there, and then we take these Pro 5s. There are different types, but this is what we use. Just make sure that you look. This one says 5 liters for 5 minutes. Some of them actually require 10 or 15 minutes, so make sure that you look at that timing. So take off the tape on the bottom and the top. Make sure to save the tape. I would take the tape and put it on the side here. You want to retape the holes just to make sure that there's no contamination afterwards. So we'll put go ahead and put that on there. Slides right on the hose. Okay. And then after we do that, so we've got this timer here. So there's 5-minute timer, and all you got to do is hit the 5-minute button, and that little dealie will run for 5 minutes. I would recommend going in and getting your chain of custody paperwork, which should be in here somewhere. It's not right now, but fill out your chain of custody paperwork while this is running. All right, so we're inside of the air return, and you can see there's dust and whatnot, but anywhere you can get access to that flexible type duct, unless you notice any sort of other mold substance or fungal type substance, go ahead and take this out of the container, and you pull off this little sticky strip cover, and I'll just reach down in there and grab it as best as possible. So you've got something on the sample. Doesn't have to look any particular way. Just looks like it's got some stuff on it. So not our job to determine what it is. One thing that we didn't do that we probably should do in the future is make sure to label that label there with the location that it was taken. And then you close it up and put it in with your kit. Okay, the 5-minute timer is done, so all we have to do is take that off and recap it. You don't have to do it like super fast, it's just protecting it. So recap it, and then do the same thing outside. So go outside, we'll take this outside, we'll put the canister on, and we'll push the 5-minute timer and run it outside. And make sure to label both so that you know which one is which.